let's keep talking about politics right now and where things are headed. The presidential race is now hitting that critical stage with the Iowa caucuses coming up in January, and that GOP field is getting smaller and smaller. A new 538 Washington Post Ipsos poll of GOP voters finds that 34% say Nikki Haley performed best in this week's third GOP debate that took place in Miami. Governor Ron DeSantis getting 23%, and then Vivek Ramaswamy coming in at 14%. Joining us now is Ambassador Jim Gilmore, former Virginia governor and also former U.S. ambassador to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe under the Trump administration. He also ran for president twice, so he knows a thing or two about this. Ambassador, it's good to be with you this morning. Thanks for joining us on your Friday.
Thanks for the chance to be here.
So I'm curious, what do you think about Wednesday night? You know, Nikki Haley getting some high marks for her third debate performance. She's been closing the gap in the polls between she and Governor DeSantis. You think she did enough at this week's debate to leapfrog him?
I think that she's steadily increasing, and I think it's because she's defined. People know who she is at this point and what she stands for. She's got the foreign policy credentials, which at this particular moment in time are very important. She's a woman candidate, but she's certainly no liberal. And I think that she's got definition. Ron DeSantis, of course, as the governor of Florida, is a very capable and competent-looking candidate. I think he may not have exactly the focus or the persona that Nikki Haley is developing. I don't think that Scott and Christie are going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And as for Ramaswamy, this is a very odd candidate. And I'm just not sure what to make of that. I just think he's appealing a little bit to somewhat of a isolationist instinct in the United States, which is not productive. So let's see how that develops.
Yeah, it's just an odd year in general in politics. But Nikki Haley certainly came out swinging, not just as a candidate, but as a protective mama bear, too. We saw that on full display. At the end of the day, though, Ambassador, we're talking about the chops that all these different candidates bring to the table, but does it really matter how any of them are doing, and particularly against each other when they're trailing so far behind President Trump? I also saw a lot of people say nobody on that stage won Wednesday night. Trump won again. What are we getting out of hearing from all these candidates who, quite frankly, don't really seem to have a shot?
The answer is Trump won again.
Yeah.
He is, by not being there and bringing himself to the level of these second-tier candidates, he improves his situation. The polling all shows that he's going to be the nominee. He's running ahead in all of the states. You have to look at the state polls, not the national poll. He's running ahead in all those. He's beating Biden in most of the swing states. Now, look, this campaign is just getting started. But let's face it, President Biden is a very frail candidate in many ways. He's frail politically, he's frail physically, and I think most Americans really just don't think that's the kind of candidate you want for the next 4 years. So as long as Trump displays vigor, if he can discipline himself with his approach that he takes to things and the way that he talks, then I think that he's going to be a viable candidate in the next year's election.
Yeah, their vigor, in terms of their vigor, you certainly have two very different front runners here. I know mental acuity has been front and center this time around. And lastly, sir, just as a former presidential candidate yourself, a couple times around, what advice would you have for these candidates who are still standing on stage?
Well, I think that they're helping themselves. If they want to exercise national leadership, all five of them helped themselves by being there. When I was desperate to be on the stage, when I was a candidate, I had an opportunity actually to be there at one of the debates that Ronna McDaniel did not afford me that opportunity. And I think that based on everything that I'm seeing, it's really time for Ronna McDaniel to step down and give the Republican Party fresh leadership for the next presidential election. So there's just a lot to be thinking about here as we go along. I think foreign policy is a key. I'm spending all of my time talking about the Ukraine war and the essential necessity of America standing with Ukraine at this time. Then, of course, you also have the Israeli war. And frankly, there may be other wars that the adversaries are developing in order to weaken America. So this could end up being a foreign policy election, even though all the big issues, crime, border, inflation, President Biden himself, are strong cards for the Republicans next year. And I think these candidates are demonstrating the willingness to discuss that.
Yeah, we all understand they don't want President Trump in office. They don't like each other. We got bigger fish to fry, and it's time for the American people to hear a little bit more substance. Ambassador Jim Gilmore, I hope you tune in when we host and moderate next month. Hope to see you there.
I'm very impressed with this news network and the achievements that you all are making.
Thank you very much. From all of us here, we do appreciate that. Okay, we'll talk to you soon, sir.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.